I mean, this is a badass image. Sold! Hi, welcome back to the West Coast Avengers. I'm your host, Dave. You remember me? Well, if you don't, let me introduce myself. I'm the 2024 Hobby Hero Award winner. That's me. I would just like to thank Turok, Darkhawk, Speedball, Mike Manley, Bart. All right, I'm done. Yes, it's me, your hobby hero, back with another episode and a wrap-up of one of the greatest comic weekends I've ever had. That's right. I just came back from OAX 2024, hosted by comic art fans. One of the coolest experiences. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we do, don't forget to, likey and subscribey. Drop a comment down below. That's right. Let's get this show on the road. So I just came back from Orlando. That's in Florida, aka hell. But it's the place where the inaugural OAX happened. It was just a great weekend. I got to see some people that I never met before. I got to see some friends and make some new friends. And you're going to be seeing some of those new friends on this channel. It was held in the Doubletree Hotel in Orlando, across the street from Universal Studios. Like I said, it was brought to you by comic art fans, and that's run by Bill Cox and friends. This one I knew was going to be a little bit more intimate, and it sure was. It was the giant ballroom and then two smaller ballrooms that had the Marvel card display and some other great art, including one of the greatest pieces of original art that I've ever seen. The Adam Kubert room, I guess it was like the Adam Kubert Museum, which, holy shit, there was some mind-blowing Wolverine art there. So you're going to see some guest stars, including my friend Justin, Spidey Hits. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. And a couple other friends and different artists and stuff like that, and me flipping through art. And once we wrap that footage up, we're going to come back and you can see what I got. Why don't I present to you my footage from OAX. West Coast Avengers at Original Art Expo #1. Hey everybody, I'm here in Orlando, Florida, one of my least favorite places on the face of the planet, but I'm here for Original Art Expo. You're gonna have a great time today. You're gonna see lots of footage of me talking to famous artists and looking at their artwork and saying, it looks like Picasso. And my buddy Justin's with me. Hello. Spidey Hits.
Spidey Hits.
Guys, I found the Peter Parker of the Marvel card space. Yeah, Justin.
Here we are, all of my glory.
Spidey Hits.
Plie. Ballernet.
He's a dancer, he's a prancer, and he's a Marvel card extraordinaire.
Romancer.
And a romancer. Uh-oh.
Marvel card romancer. Yeah, hey, don't. There's only one place where somebody said here last night, so don't you even try to do that.
He's got his cookies, he's got his coffee, and what are we doing? Why are we here together? What's going on?
Sugar up, obviously. We're at Original Art Expo here in Orlando, 2024, but this is the first one.
That's right, inaugural.
The inaugural. What Bill and them have done, Maureen, in putting this together, I think it's going to be really special for them to get the level of artists and collectors that they have here in the very first event. I think speaks to how special it is. Yeah. Even though they're kind of booked in with some other stuff going on, but it's still...
Oh, it's going to be great. There's going to be so much card art and comic art and artists. And so here we are on the West Coast Avengers with Spidey Hits.
Have a marvelous day.
Yay! Here we are. Oh, this is nice and cozy, though. This is great.
The weather's nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Original Art Expo, the inaugural edition. Hey, look, there's Heritage.
Yeah. Right over there.
Oh. Who's the guys? Who are we talking about?
The Marvel display.
Oh, yeah. Where is that? It's in another room. It's okay.
So I'm gonna go there.
Oh, it's all right. I'm gonna go say hi to Wayshak.
Okay.
And then, oh, he's right there. Well, his banner's set up. Of course, John's not here. Yeah, this is stuff.
Yeah, let me go sit all this down. I don't want to touch this.
I'll come with you. I got nothing to do except hang out all day and spend stupid money.
If it's okay, we can, if we're free from one another, we can like hold each other's cameras.
You hold, yeah.
Oh, I gotta get Simpson #1, Eat Pencils and Eggs, the entire book.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, I know that book pretty well. Yeah. I remember buying it when it came out, and now I have more than enough copies. I've never seen the original art.
It actually has to be we might loan it to the National Archives.
That's awesome. I mean, what's more worthy of preservation than all things Simpsons?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
I'm not getting told. You don't need these. You can find a place for them.
Hey, Bill. How you doing? I'm doing great. How can I complain? Surrounded by comic art and artists.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything in particular?
I mean, I've never seen any of your art in person, so I'm just basking in it. And
Those are all pencil covers, pencils. You do have some inks, and we brought up all these prelims are $100 a piece.
it's great.
And there's some pretty nice polished pieces in there too.
No? Do you still own the cover of the Radioactive Man, the Spawn homage? The Spawn 1 homage? You still? Okay.
Which one?
The
1000.
Yeah, 1000. That's the number. I didn't know that existed because those books don't just show up all the time. And I found it like a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, why does this look so? Oh, that's why. It's a perfect. It's the hand. It's the hand that kills me.
Steve Vance, he was the editor.
Is it okay if I'm filming? Okay.
Yeah, Steve Vance was the editor and writer.
Mm-hmm.
And the way, Steve is one of those artists who, when he writes, he does layouts.
Okay.
So that layout was all his. So I did the type pencils and then the inks. I think the hand was really
The hand's so good. I brought a copy to get signed, but I want to. How much are the?
100. They're quick sketches. If you want one, he can do one.
Ooh. You don't have the prelims for that cover here, do you?
Yeah, those are cover prelim, $100.
You mean for the
For the Spawn one?
No.
Okay.
I think Speed probably has that. Did I? Type pencil. I think I just have it.
I don't remember seeing pencil.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The ones I signed are something like out of. Yeah, see, they use a different paper, so they're super dark. Like they don't print as good as this.
Keeping this
Open
one.
to offers, but they have these stupid offers.
Well,
Yeah, I understand. It's a fuck thing price, you know.
I mean, this is a badass image.
No. It's a different kind of thing. The supply isn't there. Right.
It was already signed.
Was it? Okay. Great collection. I mean, that place on the website.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. They're ready for you. Yeah.
Well, you know, there's people that can't go to this, that want to go to this, and they're going to look at me look through this stuff. And they can't afford it either.
This for you?
Oh.
Good, how you doing?
Too bad.
Yeah.
Knock
Yeah.
some of these out.
Yep.
When's good for me to bring a couple things by?
Maybe after lunch or something?
Okay, sounds perfect.
Yep.
Which one? No, the original. But I mean, which piece?
Oh, wow.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was thinking of the sticker I had on my door as a kid. Yeah, basically, anytime I want to draw a Batman, Wonder Woman.
You wrote the book on modern history.
Yeah, like Shazam. Like anytime I got to draw any of those guys.
I keep losing this gas. Sorry, I'm the worst.
I just can't stop looking.
I know. Wow, these are so good.
I'll show you. There's a Spidey in here that it's gonna blow your mind.
Sir, is it okay if I record?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yep, that's fine. Yeah, everything here has been published, with the exception of this one.
Okay, we won't look at that one. Justin, you got to see this one.
You're going to have plenty of time.
I've never been to it, but I
Oh, thanks.
I didn't realize this was Paul.
Did you see this?
Yeah, it's the inlay. I forgot what they call it. Not the color guide, but it's all the insert. It's 5 pieces.
What's that? You say pressure.
It's like it's more than 5 grand because of it's 252. You know, the whole world has been shaking, you know, to its core when Heritage, you know, the black costume, the most important thing in the world. Like, the black costume is really that important. Well, it's in an Avengers page. That's pretty cool. That's really wow. I think that's sick. Yeah.
Jesus.
With that big battle. It's a sick.
Love that book.
Do you see any true fun stuff? So much stuff.
Good talking to you guys.
He sent me that too. Yeah, I'll get my glasses and see what's on there. Yeah, like the little suit itself.
Oh, that's cool. Kubrick.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
Do you want
Let me look at the menu over at my table. I'll add to your text.
Okay.
Is there a story behind the Mignola collabs?
Yeah, he does the Ink Pulp YouTube show. In 2020, we were doing live streams where a group of artists would just ink over different people's pencils.
Oh, shit.
And so one of the days we did Mignola, one of the days we did Frank Miller, and Tim Sale and Klaus Janson joined us. And Klaus told stories about working on Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
So they were just fun exercises. And then I wound up getting some like cool cases out of them.
Mm-hmm. Those two are great.
Yeah, it's just
amazing.
Thank you.
That Spider-Punk cover you just put out, did you sell it?
No, it's actually here. I'm waiting until March when the book comes out to put it out there and see what happens.
Okay.
So these are all pieces that I'm teasing that are all originals that are yet to be published.
Okay, so they're not for sale
But I
yet.
just kind of want people to know like what I have.
Sure.
Out. So there's like the Goon,
The Goon,
for
yeah.
Eric Powell, Jay and Bob for Kevin Smith. This
Oh,
is
wow.
April. I have a
there's that.
Sacrificers cover for Rick Remender. But my thing, Moon Man comes out next Wednesday, the Kid Cudi book for Image. It's a cover.
Didn't even know he was doing a book.
So, but I just want people to see the original.
Sure.
These
No,
are all loading screens for Fortnite, the video game.
something I only know by name. I am not a Fortniter. There's a reason why you do things like that. I mean, and it gets your art out there too.
Yes.
You know?
Dude, Fortnite, because they give each artist credit.
Yeah.
Under the art, and so that brought me like
It's
a
more than
whole
most
other
things.
audience.
Yeah. Like
mostly younger people.
And this is, I mean, and you know, this art's kind of like could span. You know, I would have liked this 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I would have liked this as a kid as well as now.
Hey, but I tell them. I was going to be doing you remarks. I'm so behind because I really hurt something. Because I think it was either end. Oh gosh, I love so much.
So yeah, the sketch list, like you had sketches.
But it's just hard.
Your sketches were simple before the show. The stuff you can remarks, but follow me behind.
Right, but you have yourself into
I'm like, our kids are the same age.
far superior.
Well, you will be. I mean, you're
all the time.
it's happening every
So the story goes on. Really?
Did you say that? I say that?
Yeah, of course. I was like,
you got $10.
The second thing I ever did for Marvel. I did a Wolverine cover, like I did two of them. This was the second of the two.
Thank you, my good man.
Well, you know what? Jason gets a lot of credit now from after talking to you. Now I kind of, I've always liked Jason, but now that he's like, you're Jason, I really like him. Awesome.
he's just
Look at that.
line up so much.
That's you. And it's actually, I thought about it a couple of times. And, okay, yeah, like next year, maybe.
Wow.
If I brought my son, do you think you really?
Nah, he's always.
It would be
This is
me
cool.
and
Skeletor.
Okay,
Yeah.
amazing. He's cool. I've never get a chance to do that.
A little chill, a little quiet. I'm like,
No, he's quiet. Yeah. Just get a gummy enough and it's
Really awesome.
Do you have any set pages from the 90s?
I have a Whitefield, some Whitefield Miller ones, Wood, Pete Woods, and Whitefield. I think I have a Whitefield one there. I'll show somebody. From Lady Deadpool #1, it became Deadpool Core #1 instead. I renamed it. It's the first appearance of Lady Deadpool, I think. I just showed it to somebody, so I know I've got it in this section.
Like the published inks, or?
He did it as, he did it as finished pencils.
I'd love to see it.
I know I have it here.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to afford that one, but I'd still like to see it.
Well, I thought I had it here. I know I brought a Pete Woods page, semi-squat, and I brought a Whitefield.
Pete Woods, that's probably in my...
Some artists are just...
The market.
The market
It's just
has
the
a
market.
premium and some don't.
Just the market.
I remember when the market was like, nobody wanted to buy Don Heck or Sema, but boy, they're pretty expensive now.
Oh, yeah. Very expensive now.
They're the ones people didn't want as much. They want, I want Kirby, I want Ditko, I don't want Heck and Ayers and, Sema and... But they're a bit expensive now. Smith.
Yes.
Ready, Deadpool?
Oh, that's right.
And there's a Pete Woods one splash page. It's pretty affordable for a splash page.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
That's where he's fighting, what's that voodoo villain called? He fought in the Avengers.
Talon.
Bingo, boy, you got it. Yeah, it's got a cameo.
I used to have I had one or two of his large war covers. Long gone. Long gone.
Whoa.
I've been selling stuff directly to him that I just picked it up and it's mostly 10 to 12 years ago. Which is something I can find around here and there. I like Sid Green over him actually. I used to collect our stuff. I had a few Green Lantern colors.
Spidey hit signing. Spidey hit signing.
So this is Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave.
And this is Andy and Veronica Fish.
Oh.
And can we show them some of the sketch cards that you've done?
Yeah. So I've got Lydia,
Lydia Dietz,
Kiki, Hermione, and Sabrina.
Oh, wow, that is too cool.
Thanks.
So I'm going to get one from her.
I like the Lydia Dietz one.
No, I'm not telling the character.
I know, I'm just saying in general. I was never a goth kid.
Yeah?
But for some reason, Winona Ryder and Beetlejuice, it's like, that's my vibe.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
So this caught me by surprise and stopped me dead in my tracks. The original art for House of Secrets 92, Bernie Wrightson for Swamp Thing, and then this amazing Spider-Man 323 Todd McFarlane cover, followed by just an amazing array of pieces of art from Metropolis Gallery, which owns and operates Comic Link. You've got Mark Texiera Wolverine, followed by Frank Miller's splash page for Wolverine #1. I just really couldn't get enough of looking at Bernie's art, and then especially next to Todd and Jack Kirby and Gabriel Dell'Otto. And there's our friend Justin interviewing Dan Dos Santos and Simone Bianchi for the Marvel card art. So here we have the Adam Kubert exhibit, and Adam was there at the convention, but if you don't know Adam, him and his brother Andy are the sons of Joe Kubert, who is one of the legendary comic book artists who also started the Kubert School, which is an art school. But Andy and Adam worked in tandem on a lot of books in the 90s, some of the best books that I grew up reading. And Adam is really well known for his run on Wolverine. And you're seeing a lot of Wolverine art. Here's a great Darth Vader piece, which was one of the few non-Wolverine pieces in this exhibit. But he's been doing covers for and interiors of Wolverine for years and years. His ink line is amazing. It just, for somebody that grew up loving Wolverine in the late 80s, early 90s, you went from John Buscema and a couple legendary artists to Mark Silvestri. than to Adam Kubert. And it's just amazing to see all of this art in one place at one time. So enjoy that and see some of the covers here. But my favorite pieces are coming up towards the end. And you will see it in just a moment. Sorry for skipping those last covers, but I saw that the original art for Wolverine 90 was on this wall, and it looked like the entire book. And if you don't know this issue, this is an issue that was comprised of 4 and 3-page fold-out splash pages. I've never seen anything like that done since in a Marvel or DC comic. I was not expecting to see this original art here, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. And I'm so glad that they had it, because it truly is a sight to behold.
And this thing from that, it's a fold-out, 4-page fold-out, I think, from Wolverine 90. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable. Holy shit.
Come on, guys. Come on. 4,200.
4,200.
Can we get 4,200? We're going to do a 5-second countdown.
Okay, go ahead, Nick.
5, 4. Eisner Award-winning series.
That's right.
Come on. Everybody loves the Silver Surfer. Nobody buys the comics, but everybody loves the Silver Surfer. Come on. How many Silver Surfer series are there?
Drop to 7. That's the only ones I got.
Exactly. Come on, guys. $4,200. Award-winning artist. What's it going? We got 1,400 at 180, 1,500, 166. Do we have more than 1,500? 1,500. We got 1,600, 180.
We're gonna close this down.
All right.
27. We had 28. Right there. $2,800.
Come on. 2,900. 2,900.
$2,800. We're gonna. What?
3,000. Who said 3,000? Oh, let's see. All right, we're at 2,800. Guys, this is almost as big as my mouth. Come on.
Okay. So we're at 27. Look at the 28. $2,800 gets this beautiful painting by John. It's
Justin,
amazing.
you should bid on it.
27. Look at the 28. If we can't get that, we're going to start wrapping this up at $2,700. Think about it. 28. You can get it if you want it. But right now we're at 27.
I'm going to say this one more time. It's one of the most iconic images in the history of comics. One of the most beautiful images by a living legend. And, you know, people are getting recreations all the time, but get it from the man who did it originally. And a lot cheaper than $3.3 million.
That's
Come
it.
on.
Two. Going.
1/2. 1/4.
$2,800. 714.
All right, I got these cool Fred Hembeck sketch cards. It's a blind pull. It was $30 each for charity, and let's see what I get. This is a cool little character. I don't know who this is. The Vagabond Prince. All right. And second one is... Oh, that's awesome.
Hulk Smash, Fred Hembeck.
So, we got these were for charity, which is great. Really excited for this last night, and yesterday was fantastic. And I'm hoping that today is just as good, if not better. Let's go and check out some original art. We are back for day 2, Sunday at OAX Original Art Expo. Guys, hey, look, there's your buddy Simone.
Simone, we get some stuff signed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, let's do it.
For me.
I went to sleep at
So I have
11.
to be reasonable.
go with commissions to sell this. You don't know what to
Do you dream
Like
about
right
drawing?
here, I got a whole portfolio.
He dreams about playing the drums.
No, I dream about weaving. I really did.
He said a weave. That was
Yes, not just one.
Beautiful piano.
Simone Bianchi.
Are those legends?
Friends with legends.
I understand.
Friends is a big word.
Brothers, you're right.
Legend may be friend, but not seriously.
Thank you. No, thank you for the support, man. I really appreciate it. And,
Oh yeah, there's the other.
Yeah, we missed that.
And I know you're part of that.
Wow, these are absolutely stunning.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Simone, did you the homage to 1 and 8? Did you finish those as paintings, or did you
Which
just
one?
the homages to Spawn 1 and Spawn 8?
Yes,
You
I
did.
finished, and they've been sold at the gallery.
Okay.
Both. Yeah.
I'm gonna just take another look at those two, and I didn't know that these existed. And so is this graphite and a little ink?
Inkwashed.
Okay.
Inkwashed and graphite.
Wow.
Yeah, I love those two too.
They are beautiful.
Say something?
Nope. It's a beautiful,
great day.
it's a beautiful prelim of a Spawn 1 homage by Simone Bianchi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for picking this up. And I'm the Simone Bianchi, so I'm the handsome one,
Yeah.
the good-looking one,
With the good
and
art.
that's the other Simone.
And if I could take a picture, because Jeff Loeb actually just messaged me and said, "Have you sold any Spawn artwork?" yet?"
Right, okay.
So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send this to Jeff.
No,
Loeb.
a video, please.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna do a video.
This thing is just unbelievable. And I love it's got the same circles that he put on the 87 cover. Man, like Niven, double page splash from Old Man Logan.
I just I'm gonna ask you, because I don't know honestly.
Sure.
So you look at that page.
Yeah.
Old Man Logan. You're like, is that a good piece?
I mean, it's Steve McNiven. I love McNiven's art, and I love that story. I mean, yeah.
See your reaction. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so maybe it's a good
Well,
piece.
because it's such. I mean, his art is
You know the price of this
fantastic.
art?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
I
it.
paid $10K for that. Is that too much?
Probably not. If you see what I mean, he's rep by Felix, so all his shit's going skyrocket. And these two, I don't have the money for them, but god damn, 14.
You shouldn't be talking to this
guy.
He's a bad guy. You know?
Well, everybody's a bad guy.
Telling everybody that for 25 years, just telling everybody.
Doesn't make me a bad guy. Makes you bad.
So let me ask you a question. Would a $2,000 offer on the Charles Vest be insulting to you? It's like you've done that before.
Here, boss.
All right, I appreciate it. And then I got a couple of books and a print. Some Bagley stuff, did you say?
Yes.
By the way, here. That's what I just got done with.
Most artists, if they didn't like a figure, they just, okay, I'll enlarge the figure, or,
Yeah.
or just put a paste over. He did the whole thing.
I wonder how many times that happened where they just threw it out. Like, imagine Bagley did all of this and then just went, nah, and just tossed it instead of holding on to it.
Where because Marvel didn't pay, like Jack Kirby, if they rejected something, he didn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
If you look at the cover of the first Black Panther, 52 FF,
Yeah.
they had the unpublished version. What they did was they reversed them and did the coloring change. So instead of being like that strange costume, the all solid colored costume, by coloring it.
Yeah. These are really nice.
For any other reason, they like it. It's Batman. Don't you mean the dynamic?
What was your first experience with comics?
Oh man, when I was a kid, my very first experience was I had 2 open heart surgeries when I was a kid.
Oh wow!
And so I was in the hospital, and it was the first run Batman TV show, you know. And so I was like hooked.
Yeah.
And so my family started buying me the comic books, and but my dad was always he loved the Sunday funnies, so we were always like getting all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then my friend and I did our own little fanzine.
Oh, really?
In the 70s. Yeah, and then I went to I did when I got to art school. It was my freshman year. Well, I'd done a year of university, but my first year in art school. Marshall Rogers was doing a signing.
Yeah.
And I was because it was Batman.
Right,
stuff,
of course.
Oh my God.
And his Batman run is legendary.
Yeah. So rushed to go get get him to sign my books, and then I asked him. I was like, "Hey, do you ever thought about having an assistant?" And he said, "I have thought about that." He goes, "So do you want the job?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, okay, bring your portfolio to continuity and let me look at it, and then we'll see." So I took it up there, and he's like, "Yeah, you got the job." So I would ride the train in at night. He wanted me to come in at night so I wouldn't have to pay Neil rent. So I came in late at night and worked on. Well, the first job he gave me was working on the Spirit Jam.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and then he was doing Coyotes.
Okay. Oh yeah, the Englehart book.
So I did like the Zipatones and drew all the stuff he didn't want to draw, chain link fences.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry about
all-nighters, we were doing all-nighters, and like I finally asked him, like, "Oh, am I gonna get paid?" Because I would ride the train back, and all-nighter then go to class.
Sure.
But he goes, "Oh yeah," and he gave me like $75 or something. And I was like. But everything that I did, I got credit for.
That
was worth its weight in gold.
Yep.
So, but it also that cured me of wanting to be a regular comic guy.
Yeah.
Except, I was like, man, I couldn't do a regular book.
Yeah.
And he and I had these discussions because I saw, not that he didn't really, but I saw comics as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, he goes, it's just entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's ephemeral, it's entertainment. And I'm like, no, And
I didn't even know what you said.
so there was a different thing at work there, So, but it was cool, it wasn't weird having those discussions.
Sure.
He's like, oh, I get it. He's like, but
I did not know that. That's a great story, and I appreciate you telling me. It's funny that I interviewed Bob Hall for my YouTube channel, and he had the same story, measles, in the hospital. Obviously not open heart surgery, but he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks, and his parents brought him comics, and he fell in love.
That's it.
I think there's it's like, and if you're laying in bed and nothing you could do, it's the best possible escape.
Man, I was so hooked,
Yeah.
It was weird. It wasn't, the story definitely, but it was like just the form of it, anything that was printed for color was just like, God, I don't know, it just nailed me.
The possibilities are endless inside the pages.
And I wanted to be a comic book guy from the get-go, and back then, at least, in Texas, my family, I had a lot of support from my mom and dad. They were they thought it was cool. My dad loved comics as a kid, and he loved fine art. He was like, really into the Impressionists. And so I had Rockwell books, and I was a Rembrandt junkie. But he, so they were like, they thought it was cool, but the system.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a daydreamer. You're never going to amount to anything. Whatever. And so, but it was my dad who they went on a trip to New York City. My dad was a physician, and he would go to these, Johns Hopkins things and whatever. And he said, hey, we were in New York, and we went by Pratt Institute. And, but the name helped. He had heard about it, growing up. But he said, I was going to school at Georgetown, Southwestern University of Texas, and joined the frat, had a girlfriend, and he's like, I will help you do this, but you got to make up your opinion. He goes, or you should go to film school.
Sure.
He's really into doing Super 8 home movies.
All right, that was a lot of fun. There was so much to see and so much to look at, and yes, so much to buy. One of the cool things that they did in the second day on Sunday was like an hour and a half where most artists were doing free sketches. Or in the case of Adam Hughes, he was doing free sketches, but a little bit better, these head sketches for $100. So I got him to do Catwoman because his Catwoman covers are iconic to me. They're such great ways to sell a book is have Adam Hughes do Catwoman covers. His original art is very expensive, so having a chance to get something like this was great. And then George Pratt, who you got to see talk about his first experience with comics. This is a Batman piece he did for me, and that was just free. I liked listening to George, so I was just kind of standing around listening to him talk, and that was almost worth the price of admission itself. The first piece of art that I bought when I walked in, I went right up to Bill Morrison's table and chatted with him a little bit, obviously about The Simpsons, and namely that Radioactive Man number 1000 Spawn homage. But he was selling prelims of covers, so I bought this really cool prelim to Treehouse of Horror number 8, and you can see Bart here and the plumes from the nuclear power plant in Springfield. I was talking to Jim Mahfood, and he was telling me about these streams that he did. I believe it was during the pandemic, or maybe it was more recently, where a bunch of them got together and inked over Mignola pencils that he did as a tribute to Kirby. And it was a tough decision between getting this one of Grog and Fin Fang Foom. So I went with this one, and this is, Mahfood's got just such a cool, unique style onto his own. And there was a lot to choose from of his art, but I just chose this because it's got tribute, kind of vibe. This was a great piece for me. Saturday night was the auction. It was hosted by Jimmy Palmiotti and Nick Barucci, I think it is, who owns Dynamite. He's a big art collector. pretty sure he's part owner of Dynamite, but I could be wrong about that. They were the hosts, and there's still a lot of kinks to be ironed out in the auction. It was like 80 items or something like that. The auction took about 3 hours. I used to work in the auction business, and I used to run silent auctions and also kind of facilitate live auctions. I was not a live auctioneer. So I know a lot of what to do and what to say and what not to do. I worked in that industry for over a decade. And so I know there are some things that need to be done for a live auction that weren't done. But that being said, the live auction was a lot of fun. I watched friends win pieces. I bid on a lot. There were a lot of pieces that I bid on that I would have been happy to win at a certain price point, but once they went over a certain price, I was out. But the main auction item, I'll show you in a sec, but the first piece that I won was this Jeff Isherwood Catwoman piece. And if you know me, you know I'm a big Batman fan, and that comes along with the territory of all the Batman characters and the Rogues Gallery. I really thought this was a great piece, kind of a mix of, the old school Catwoman mixed with a little bit of the new Penguin in the background here. I won this for, I believe, like $4.25 or so, and that's Jeff Isherwood. But the main piece that I wanted to win in the auction was a piece from my friend, John Wayshak, and this is his original painting for Vengeance, the character Vengeance from the new Upper Deck card series, Midnight Suns. The auction went in alphabetical order, so I had to wait until the end to get this. But I did win it for $1,300. So that was the auction Saturday, and the whole experience of this was great. Everybody, you had a chance to go up to any booth or any artist and have a conversation with the artist, or take your time looking through the artwork at the different vendors that were there. There was no point at all during this weekend that I felt like I had to rush, that I wasn't going to be able to look at stuff, that I wasn't going to be able to get stuff signed or have a chance to get a commission, whatever it is. It was really well put together for a first year convention. I went up to Wayshak's table. First, I knew I wanted to buy a page from his most recent Creep Show story that was in the Christmas issue last year in December. And so I bought this page from Christmas Man. This is page 5. And what I really love about this is that you get Wayshak's kind of normal art style mixed with this, which kind of reminds me of like a nightmare scenario that a kid's drawing with a crayon or something like that. A little bit of everything that John does. And so to own one of his pages and then also own a painting, I kind of get the best of both worlds from having these two pieces. I did get to meet up with fellow Todd collector and one of the biggest Todd collectors, that's Scott Wingo. And Scott was showing me his portfolio, and he had a couple of ASM Todd pages that were way out of my price range. They were priced really well. I just couldn't afford them. But what he did have was some Daniel Warren Johnson art, and I've wanted to get on the ground floor, get a Daniel Warren Johnson piece, but obviously I'm a little late for that because he's blown up. But Scott had this double page spread from Ghost Fleet, which is one of Daniel's very early works that he did with Donnie Cates. And I paid only $1,250 for this DPS, and it's got that great energy to it. And, I'm just going to pretend that this is an Optimus Prime prototype. But it is a great double page spread, and I'm thankful to Scott for selling that to me. So it was really nice to meet him and his friend Socrates, and his friend Socrates showed me an Eric Larson ASM cover in person. So I got to see some amazing Todd and Eric Larson ASM art in person. So Eric Grove, who's been on Spidey Hits before and also works with David Finch, sold me this amazing Wolverine piece that he painted. He was my favorite growing up. So to have a beautiful piece of Wolverine art, Eric, I appreciate you selling me that. You got to see the art of Mannix, and somebody, I think it was Dinesh, who kind of brought me over and you have to look at this guy's stuff. And he was right, because I ended up getting a commission from Mannix of Galactus with a little small Silver Surfer here. Mannix is a very, very talented artist, so follow him on Instagram and check out his work. It is, I don't even know how to really put it, stylistically, it's like if the Simpsons had a blacklight poster world, it's something like that. but I really dig it. His use of color is absolutely amazing. So I had to get this Galactus piece. And Mannix is really nice guy. Hopefully we'll have him on the channel at some point too, to talk about his career in art and, you know, what's to come. So the last two pieces I'm really happy about. You could say they were the biggest pieces. They were my favorite pieces, whatever it is. I am a huge Charles Vess fan. I've been a fan of his since I was, you know, in my early 20s when I read Stardust and read Spider-Man Spirits of the Earth and Books of Magic and all these great stuff. So I had a chance to buy this page from Marvel Fanfare 6 of Doctor Strange. Some great Charles Vess work from the early 80s. To me, it's about getting in on the ground floor, buying your first piece from one of your favorite artists, and then eventually, you know, if I can afford one of his painted pages or one of his paintings, I would love to own them. But this is just a great Doctor Strange page that I got, and I think I paid $2,200 for it. One of the coolest things I bought from one of the most talented artists out there. His work has been all through Marvel for years and years and years now. He's done so many big books for Marvel. He's done card sets. He's done a little bit of everything. Simone Bianchi, Italian extraordinaire, drummer, and really nice, funny guy. Apparently, he had done painted homages to Spawn 1 and Spawn 8. And I didn't know they even existed. So he had the prelims for both covers. It was a tough decision because they're both iconic covers. But I loved Simone's doing, you know, his interpretation of Spawn 1. Having Todd on the channel very recently might have influenced me to buy this just because he's Todd. We talked about how he got the hand right so well. So there's ink, there's some red pencil, there's regular pencil. It's a little bit of everything. It's signed. It was done in 2022. And this was purchased directly from Simone. So I'm really happy, and it was just so nice dealing with him and his rep, Matt. This cost me a pretty penny. This was $2,500. Really happy with all my purchases, and it was really nice to meet all these people. The list goes on, but Mike Allred, Matt Wagner, Jim Mahfood, and seeing my buddy John, and Simone, and Mannix, Adam Hughes. Had a nice little conversation with Kevin Nolan. It was a really good experience. So if you're thinking of going next year, pull the trigger on it. I'll be there. Big shout out to Kazra and Bill Cox for putting this on, because without them spearheading this, it wouldn't have happened. It really just couldn't speak more highly enough about this experience. And So I want to say thank you to everybody for watching this. I know this was a longer video. I know not everybody's into original art, but you know what? If you're not into buying it, feel free to just live vicariously through these videos. You don't have to own anything. I'll be happy to show you what I buy, and you can enjoy that. Like and subscribe, drop a comment down below. What's your favorite piece that I bought? Or if you went, what was your biggest pickup? What was your biggest takeaway from this? This is a really good chance to build like an extension of a community that already exists, to meet these people in person, and then also to support artists by handing them money. I tried to buy as much as I could by handing money directly to the artist, and that's really one of the main ways you can keep comics alive. But that's for another time. Don't forget to listen to my new podcast. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all of the places. It's called Direct Edition. Subscribe to it, leave a review. It's going to have some different content than what you're watching now. A lot of it's going to be a little more personal. So enjoy that, and I'll see you next week on the Shimmy 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 Shimmy. Sold! The nuclear power plant. The nuclear power plant. Hulk smash.